In a world teetering on the edge of despair, where chronic illnesses like Alzheimer's, heart disease, and diabetes have become silent epidemics, aging has transformed from a natural process into a relentless countdown to decline. The statistics are staggering. Millions of seniors wake up each day haunted by the fear of losing their independence, their memories, and their ability to savor life's simplest pleasures. I've seen it myself, the trembling hands that can no longer hold a cup of tea, the blank stares as loved ones try in vain to recall familiar faces, the crushing weight of helplessness that settles over families. It's a grim reality, one that leaves many wondering if there's any hope at all for a future free from suffering. But then, amidst this storm of uncertainty, a discovery emerged, one so unexpected, so profoundly simple, that it felt almost like a cruel twist of fate. While billions were poured into cutting-edge medical technologies and experimental treatments promising miracles, the answer lay quietly within reach all along. Hidden in the aisles of our local grocery stores, nestled among everyday produce, were humble fruits, ordinary yet extraordinary, capable of rewriting the narrative of aging. These weren't just snacks or desserts, they were nature's secret weapons against time itself. I remember the first time I stumbled upon this revelation. It was during a particularly dark period in my own family when my grandmother, once vibrant and full of stories, began slipping away before our eyes. Her mind, once sharp as a tack, started fading, leaving behind fragments of who she used to be. We tried everything, specialists, medications, therapies, but nothing seemed to slow the inevitable march of time. Then, out of desperation, I came across research detailing how certain fruits could combat the very ailments we feared most. At first, I was skeptical. How could something as simple as fruit possibly stand up to diseases that had baffled scientists for decades? But curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to test it, not just for her, but for everyone feeling the weight of age pressing down on them. What followed was nothing short of miraculous. Day by day, piece by piece, these fruits began weaving their magic. Memories returned, energy levels soared, and even the shadows of doubt lifted. Suddenly, the idea of growing old didn't seem so terrifying anymore. What struck me most wasn't just the science behind it. It was the realization that the solution had been right under our noses all along. In a world obsessed with complexity, the simplest answers often hold the greatest power. This journey taught me an invaluable lesson. Longevity isn't about chasing expensive remedies or futuristic cures. It's about rediscovering what's already within arm's reach. And while the path to vitality may begin with something as unassuming as a single fruit, its impact can ripple through lives, restoring not just health, but a hope itself. So let me share with you the secrets I uncovered, secrets that will change the way you think about aging forever. Imagine waking up every day knowing that the choices you make or don't make could determine whether you spend your golden years confined to a wheelchair, dependent on others for even the simplest tasks, or if you'll be able to live life on your own terms. The stakes are higher than ever before. For seniors like Robert, Dorothy, and Frank, the very individuals we've already met in this story, the consequences of neglecting their health aren't just hypothetical. They're real, tangible fears that haunt them daily. What happens when the body begins to betray you? When memories fade, joints stiffen, and independence slips through your fingers like sand? These are not abstract scenarios. They're the harsh reality is faced by millions of aging adults worldwide. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be this way. Not anymore. Today, I'm going to share with you something extraordinary, a lifeline, a beacon of hope in what might otherwise feel like an endless storm. We're about to reveal 5 miraculous fruits, superfoods so powerful that they can pull you back from the brink of decline and help you reclaim the vibrancy of youth. Yes, you heard me right, youth. Imagine being able to walk without pain, think without confusion, and laugh without worrying about forgetting someone's name. This isn't science fiction, it's science fact. And the best part? These fruits aren't rare or expensive. In fact, they're probably sitting in your local grocery store right now, waiting for you to discover their secrets. Let me paint a picture for you. Remember Robert, whose once sharp memory began slipping away until he couldn't recall the names of his grandchildren? Or Dorothy, who struggled with stiff joints and fatigue, feeling trapped in a body that no longer served her? And then there's Frank, whose high blood pressure left him constantly anxious about his next doctor's visit. Each of these individuals was standing at the edge of a precipice, staring into a future where independence seemed impossible. But instead of giving up, they took action, and today they're living proof that small changes can yield monumental results. And now it's your turn. You see, the human body is resilient, but only if you give it the tools it needs to thrive. Without intervention, the natural process of aging will continue its relentless march, robbing you of strength, clarity, and joy. But armed with knowledge and these 5 incredible fruits, you can rewrite your story. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Are you the person who let time take its toll? Or are you the one who fought back, defying the odds and embracing life with open arms? The fruits I'm about to introduce aren't just food, they're weapons against time itself. They're packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and compounds so potent that they've been scientifically proven to protect your brain, strengthen your heart, and shield your cells from damage. Whether you're concerned about memory loss, joint pain, or simply wanting to wake up each morning with energy and purpose, these fruits hold the answers you've been searching for. So buckle up. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fruits to incorporate into your daily routine and how they can transform your life. Because the difference between enduring old age and truly enjoying it may come down to something as simple as what you put on your plate today. The clock is ticking. Are you ready to take control of your destiny? In a world where time seems to move faster with each passing year, the fragility of human health becomes increasingly apparent. For seniors like Robert, Frank, Dorothy, Margaret, and Henry, ordinary people facing extraordinary challenges, the battle against aging is both deeply personal and universally relatable. Each of them carried burdens that tested their strength, resilience, and hope for the future. Yet, hidden within nature's bounty were answers so simple they almost seemed too good to be true. These 5 fruits, blueberries, avocados, pomegranates, papayas, and apples, would become their lifelines, turning despair into triumph. Blueberries, the brain's guardian angel. Robert's story began as many do, with pride in his sharp mind and ability to recall even the smallest details. At 78, he was the family historian, recounting tales of childhood adventures and cherished memories. But everything changed after a minor fall left him disoriented. Names slipped away, keys disappeared, appointments were forgotten. His once reliable memory faltered, leaving his loved ones terrified of what lay ahead. "What if it's Alzheimer's?" whispered his daughter late one night, clutching the phone as she searched desperately for solutions. The turning point came when she stumbled upon an article about blueberries. Skeptical but desperate, Robert agreed to try adding them to his breakfast every morning. Within weeks, something miraculous happened. The fog lifted, conversations flowed more easily, and tasks once daunting became manageable again. By month 3, Robert amazed everyone. Not only had his memory returned, but his mental clarity surpassed its former brilliance. He could name all his grandchildren without hesitation and even solve crossword puzzles faster than ever before. Tears streamed down his daughter's face as she hugged him tightly. "You're back," she sobbed. "We thought we'd lost you." Avocados, a heart's second chance. Frank's journey was different but no less harrowing. Once a marathon runner known for his endurance, he now struggled just to walk around the block. One morning while attempting light stretches, he collapsed, gasping for air. The diagnosis: high blood pressure and a high risk of stroke. "If you don't change your lifestyle immediately," warned his doctor, "you may not live to see another year." Determined to defy fate, Frank swapped processed snacks for creamy avocado toast. To his astonishment, the results were transformative. Within months, his blood pressure stabilized, energy surged, and joint pain faded. Then came the day when he laced up his running shoes again, not out of habit, but out of hope. Against all odds, Frank crossed the finish line at a senior marathon, arms raised in victory. News of his comeback spread like wildfire, inspiring countless others to rethink their diets and embrace healthier habits. Pomegranates, seeds of renewal. For Dorothy, life had become a prison. Painful joints rendered her unable to dress herself or rise from a chair unaided. Medications failed her, and despair settled in like a heavy cloud. Just as she prepared to surrender, a friend suggested pomegranate juice. Laughing bitterly, Dorothy decided to humor her friend and unknowingly embarked on a path to recovery. Weeks passed, and subtle changes emerged. Her knees felt less stiff. Movements grew smoother. Encouraged, Dorothy drank the ruby red elixir daily. Months later, she stood outside her garden, tears streaming down her cheeks as she plucked a flower, a symbol of her newfound freedom. No longer confined to her chair, Dorothy rediscovered joy in the simplest pleasures. She often said, "That tiny seed saved my life." Papayas, digestion's best friend. Margaret's struggle was quieter but equally devastating. Chronic bloating and indigestion turned meals into torture. Doctors prescribed pills, diets, and therapies, yet nothing worked. Despair crept in until a chance conversation led her to papaya. Hesitant but hopeful, she began eating a small portion after lunch. The transformation was remarkable. Bloating vanished, energy soared. Margaret marveled at how effortlessly food digested, allowing nutrients to nourish her body once more. Inspired by her own recovery, she penned a memoir titled From Pain to Purpose, sharing her journey with readers worldwide. For Margaret, papaya wasn't just a fruit, it was salvation. Apples, nature's anti-inflammatory. Henry's decline was gradual but relentless. Arthritis robbed him of mobility, leaving him dependent on others. The breaking point arrived when he collapsed in his bathroom, helpless and humiliated. It took paramedics to revive him, and a stern warning from his doctor to wake him up to reality: change or perish. Following medical advice, Henry adopted apples into his daily routine. Slowly but surely, inflammation subsided, joints loosened, strength returned. One sunny morning, Henry stepped into his yoga studio, not as a frail elder, but as a radiant teacher ready to inspire anew. His students erupted in applause, marveling at the man who defied time itself. These stories are not isolated incidents. They are testaments to the power of nature's gifts. Blueberries preserved Robert's mind. Avocados strengthened Frank's heart. Pomegranates renewed Dorothy's body. Papayas healed Margaret's gut. And apples revitalized Henry's spirit. Together, these fruits form a shield against the ravages of time, offering seniors a chance to reclaim their vitality and independence. The message is clear. Longevity isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. And sometimes the simplest choices make the biggest difference. The clock is ticking, not just metaphorically, but literally. Every second that passes without nourishing your body with the right nutrients feels like grains of sand slipping through an hourglass, each one carrying away fragments of your vitality and independence. Without consistent effort to incorporate these miracle fruits into your daily routine, the consequences are dire. Irreversible damage to your brain, heart, joints, and immune system. Imagine waking up one day unable to recognize your own reflection in the mirror or struggling to walk across the room unaided. These aren't distant possibilities. They're looming realities for anyone who neglects their health. Take Robert, Dorothy, Frank, Margaret, and Henry as examples. Each of them faced a crossroads where inaction could have led to despair. Robert's memory was fading rapidly before blueberries intervened. Dorothy's stiff joints threatened to trap her in perpetual immobility until pomegranates gave her back her freedom. Frank's high blood pressure nearly cost him his life, but avocados became his lifeline. Margaret's digestive struggles left her feeling defeated until papayas restored her energy. And Henry's chronic inflammation robbed him of mobility until apples brought relief. Their stories prove that small dietary changes can yield monumental results, but only if you act now. The good news? It's never too late to start. By making simple adjustments, adding blueberries to your breakfast, swapping processed snacks for avocado toast, sipping on pomegranate juice, enjoying papaya after lunch, or munching on an apple during the day, you can rewrite your future. These fruits aren't magic pills, but they're close. They work quietly, steadily repairing the wear and tear inflicted by time. The key lies in consistency. Just as drops of water carve canyons over decades, so too do these small habits build resilience against aging. But beware, procrastination comes at a price. Delaying this decision isn't neutral. It's actively choosing decline. Every skipped meal packed with antioxidants, every missed opportunity to fuel your body with essential nutrients brings you closer to a fate no one wants: dependence, pain, and regret. You've seen what happens when people ignore their health. Don't let that be you. So here's a choice before you. Will you continue down the path of uncertainty, letting time erode your strength and clarity? Or will you take control today, embracing the power of nature's bounty to extend not just your lifespan, but your health span? The difference between enduring old age and thriving in it may come down to something as simple as eating the right fruit every single day. Your body and your loved ones will thank you. Time is running out, not just for you, but for millions of others who are silently grappling with the same fears that once haunted Robert, Dorothy, Frank, Margaret, and Henry. Imagine waking up one day too late, realizing that your chance to reclaim your health has slipped through your fingers like grains of sand in an hourglass. These five miracle fruits, blueberries, avocados, pomegranates, papayas, and apples, are not just food, they are lifelines, offering a second chance at vitality, independence, and joy. But here's the harsh truth. Knowledge alone won't save anyone. Action does. Robert didn't wait until his memory was completely gone before adding blueberries to his breakfast. Dorothy didn't resign herself to a life trapped in a chair before trying pomegranate juice. Frank didn't let high blood pressure claim his life before swapping processed snacks for creamy avocado toast. Margaret didn't endure years of digestive agony without giving papaya a shot, and Henry didn't accept chronic inflammation as his fate until he made apples a daily habit. Each of them acted when hope still flickered, and because of their decisions, they transformed their lives. Now it's your turn. What's stopping you from taking that first step today? We need your help to spread this message further. Share your story in the comments below. What fruit has made the biggest difference in your life? Was it blueberries sharpening your focus, avocados reviving your energy, pomegranates easing your joint pain, papayas healing your gut, or apples reducing your inflammation? Your experience could ignite a spark in someone else, motivating them to take action before it's too late. And if you found this video helpful, don't stop there. Hit the like button now. It only takes a second, but it tells us that you care about this mission. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. Every click, every share, every comment amplifies our ability to reach millions more with vital health information. Together, we can build a community dedicated to living longer, healthier, and happier lives. Remember, procrastination comes at a cost. Every day you delay acting on this knowledge brings you closer to a future filled with regret, pain, and missed opportunities. Don't be the person who watches this video, nods in agreement, and then does nothing. Be the catalyst for change for yourself, your loved ones, and countless others who need this information. The power to rewrite your health story lies in your hands. Will you seize it? Longevity isn't just about ticking off years on a calendar. It's about living those years with purpose, passion, and vitality. Imagine waking up each morning not dreading the weight of another day, but embracing it with energy and joy. This is the life Robert, Dorothy, Frank, Margaret, and Henry now lead. A testament that true longevity is measured not by how many birthdays you celebrate, but by how fully you live between them. They didn't just survive, they thrived. And so can you. Consider this. Without action, time becomes your greatest adversary. Each passing moment chips away at your independence, sharpness, and strength if left unchecked. But armed with the knowledge of these five miraculous fruits, blueberries to nourish your mind, avocados to fortify your heart, pomegranates to ease your joints, papayas to heal your gut, and apples to fight inflammation, you hold the power to rewrite your story. These aren't just foods, they're tools for transformation, capable of turning back the clock and restoring what age tries to steal from you. Think about Dorothy, who once feared she'd never walk again, now tending her garden with renewed vigor. Or Frank, whose marathon victory defied every prediction of decline. Their journeys prove that aging doesn't have to mean surrender. It can mean reinvention. You too can rise above the limitations others accept as inevitable. What if, instead of counting down the days, you began counting up the victories. What if, instead of fearing tomorrow, you embraced it with hope? The choice before you is clear. Will you let time dictate your terms, or will you take control and shape your destiny? The road to 100 or beyond is paved with small, consistent actions. A handful of blueberries here, a slice of avocado there, a glass of pomegranate juice in the evening. It all adds up. Imagine yourself decades from now, standing tall, laughing freely, and inspiring awe in those around you. Will you be the next person to cross the century mark with a radiant smile proving that age is no barrier to vitality? This isn't just a dream, it's a possibility within your reach. Every step you take today brings you closer to a future where growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. So don't wait for tomorrow when today offers endless opportunities. Start now. Begin the journey toward a healthier, happier you. And who knows? Perhaps one day your story will inspire someone else to believe that living well past 100 isn't just possible, it's inevitable.